Hey there, Max here. As I'm on my way to get a haircut, I wanted to share a little bit with you guys today about the 4 main texts that you want to send to a girl on Tinder to lead that to a date. So when I say main text, it's not a text, a single text most of the time that you're going to send. And a lot of time it's actually a few texts that are going to make this one overall step that's going to lead this interaction to the next level. And what you really want to do there is to go through those 4 levels to make sure that you're going to transform this match into a date. And you're going to see that the big thing that you want to do most of the time is to actually be leading this interaction towards something. And what most guys do instead is that they are going to be super reactive. That's not really what you want to do. You don't want to be reactive and to wait for her to give you positive feedback and attention and interest or whatever. What you want to do is that you want to take the risk to lead to what you want, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Okay, that looks way better like that. So now the first thing that you want to do is to, well, send the first message. And a lot of guys, they spend so much time thinking about what's the actual proper first message, but in truth, it's not that complicated, okay? You're gonna find something in her profile or in her pictures or in her bio, something that you find interesting and that makes you at least a little bit curious. And if you don't have any idea about that, you're just going to, well, send her something that you find funny or send her something that you find interesting. You really don't want to try too hard there because there is no point. It's just the first message, and the only goal of this first message is to figure out if she's even checking her phone, if she's even checking her app, and you just want to get her to reply with that first message. Now, if she likes your profile and if she's actually looking to meet someone, and if she's actually checking out the app, she's going to reply, okay? You don't need to make it super extra witty. You have an example there and you don't have to try hard. Just make sure she's there and make sure she's going to reply something. Once that's done, there is the second text that you want to send, which is more of a series of texts that you're going to send, because the point of the second step is to make sure that she understands that this is a flirtatious interaction. And yes, I know you guys matched, and yes, this is Tinder, but you know, like, girls use Tinder for a wide range of reasons. Some of them being that they are bored, some of them being that they just want a guy to talk with. And so you want to make clear and 100% sure that you guys are talking because you guys are going to make something romantic happen. And even if it's not something romantic, at the very least, something flirtatious. You have to be sure that she knows that this interaction is going to lead to a date and not to you guys becoming friends or not to you guys becoming pen pals. And so that might be the most complicated step of the process. So in order to do this, I need to sit down, have some food and explain to you guys how it's done. And that is awesome because I am so hungry. Okay, so for the second step, what you want to do is that you want to lead this banter that you're going to have with her back and forth up to the point when she will basically agree to the fact that you guys are going to make something romantic happen. Maybe it's going to take 1 text, maybe it's going to take 2, 3 or 4 texts, but most likely not more than that. Again, here's an example, and you can see that the goal is just to have her be aware of the fact that I'm making this flirtatious. Yes, she might be a little bit difficult in the process of making it happen, but that's just what it is, like a difficulty. I'm able to persist the right way and I'm able to lead this interaction up to the point when she's going to comply with the fact that we are going to, well, have a little bit of a flirtatious interaction. How much spice? Yes, all the spice. And so in the same way that I made my noodles a little bit spicier, you don't want to be afraid to make your exchange spicier. You don't want to be afraid to put your personality out there, to tease her a little bit, and this is the kind of stuff that's going to get her to invest in the conversation. Because what are most guys doing? Like, most guys, they are getting to know the girl they match with. The girls get bored and they stop replying to the guy. Like, no guy is texting the way I'm explaining you how to text right now. And that's really going to make a huge difference. See, the problem is that most guys, when they are texting, they are actually not leading to anything, and they are wasting their time, they are wasting the girl's time because they are afraid to take risks, because they are afraid to lead to something. And then what happens? The girl gets bored and the guy never gets a date. And I don't want this guy to be you. So don't be afraid to lead somewhere. It's not by sending witty texts that it's going to change anything. It's not by replying the exact right, smartest thing that is going to change anything. No, all that you want to do is to relax, take a deep breath, and put some of your personality in your texts while you're actually leading this text conversation towards a meetup. If she doesn't comply and if she doesn't want to let you lead somewhere, well, maybe she has a good reason. Maybe she can't, or maybe she has any other kind of objection that you then will be able to solve. But if through the objection she still gives you weird reasons as to why she can't actually go out with you, then guess what? She was not interested in going out with you, and you successfully figured that out by trying to lead towards a date. So the third step is when you guys agreed that you are trying to make this interaction a little bit more romantic, a little bit more flirtatious, and this is when you're going to push for the idea of a meetup. And what a lot of guys do again is that they are going to do everything at once. You don't want to do that. One thing at a time, okay? It's very important, because if you don't, you're gonna come off as extremely needy and extremely eager. What you want to do is first push for the idea of a date and let her reply yes or no, or I don't drink, or I don't like to play bowling, or anything like that. But give her the opportunity to object to it. If she does, handle the objection. We have a video about that. And once that's dealt with, you keep moving on to the next step. So as I'm walking in what I hope not to be an extremely distracting street, I want to talk a little bit about the fourth step, which is basically to get her to agree on the logistics. This is when you're going to get her to agree on the when and the where, and this is when you're going to take her number if you want to. You don't have to, you can set up the date directly on the app, but I usually recommend that you take her number, because you never know what can happen. Maybe she's gonna uninstall the app, or maybe it's more convenient to call her if you have her phone number directly. You can see in the screenshot right there that it's very straightforward, very simple. And again, there is no need to beat around the bush. If she doesn't want it, ask why, figure out, solve the objections, and then get back to leading to a date.